Okay. No. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري ويشرك في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين آمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, we will continue studying the selected verses, verses from the Quran. So today, yeah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. That is the beginning. Allahumma اغفر ذنوبنا اللهم ارحمنا اللهم ارحمنا جلينا ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. Welcome everyone. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Inshallah we will continue studying the verses of the Quran. We select some of them which are directly related to our life especially and also very relaxing ayat together with it. They bring us some responsibility as well to be careful about it. The principle again, I ask some questions here, but these are rhetorical questions, not really questioning you, what do you understand, and you are right, you are wrong, passing a judgment about anyone. Just to provoke the minds to think about them, reflect on them. Inshallah, we will study this verse here from section Nisa, fourth verse of the Quran, surah, chapter, or section of the Quran, 147. So, it's every ayah which attracts my attention and say that, oh, it is really to be shared with our friends. So ayah reads, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ما يفعل الله بعذابكم إن شكرتم وآمنتم وكان الله شاكرا عليما. Now, why should God punish you? I mean, is it, this is the translation of the meaning. ما يفعل الله بعذابكم in fact means what God is going to do with giving you punishment. ما يفعل الله بعذابكم. No, it's beautiful in Arabic, but okay, but somehow, of course, transfers the meaning. Why should God punish you? But the condition is, if you are grateful, thankful, and believe in Him. God is ever appreciative of thankfulness or all-knowing. So God is Shakir wa Alim. It means he knows everything. He also, if you like, when we use shakir, it means really someone who is thankful. So God is thankful for your good actions and your belief and being on the right path. So, no, it seems to be simple, but let's go into the verses, but with your help. So you will now join me by giving the answer, sharing your thoughts, reflections, if you have any questions. So I have some question here. Of course, this verse says, well, God is not going to give you any punishment. So, but on the other hand, everybody knows that if anybody reads the Quran, they will see that the Quran is full of verses talking about the punishment of God. And also it may be regarded nowadays by people who are very much like myself in need of love and loving relationship, not threatening relationship. But Quran is full of threatening verses, punishment verses, giving the punishment, especially severe fire and hell. So severe that even the description of the hell, especially very frightening, and also description of the paradise is really beyond imagination. Quran uses seemingly exaggerated language, hyperbole. Almost in any case that the Quran deals with. Why? Because Quran is the book which makes the distinction between right and wrong 100% clear. Quran never uses a gray description of human actions and human relationship with God. Why? To make the things clear. But when we read the Quran, we understand as if either I am a best man or the worst man. So I am in one of the categories, but no one, from my own experience, I know that I cannot say that I am the worst man, but definitely I cannot say that I'm the best man. But in between, so I cannot really locate myself where the Quran is really categorizing. The reason we have to understand now, let me again remind myself and yourself, our purpose of the studying the Quran here together, not that what Quran says, information-wise. No. You can just read any tafsir and find. No. Our purpose of the Quran is, since I have repeated this maybe on several occasions, and just to refresh our minds, we are reading the Quran mostly from English translations. I don't know who reads the Quran from Arabic and understands what it's saying, and especially analyzing the deep messages in it. Possible for you? Yes or no? A little bit. Going deep, what it really means. Yeah, so I am taking the general situation here, and we read it. Let's read the translation. Why should God punish you if you are grateful? It means thank Him and believe in Him. God is ever appreciative, thankful, all-knowing. So I would say, why do you keep warning me uh, and talking about punishment? And as if everybody says, everybody uses this excuses. Quran is, God is very, angry God, angry. Yeah, you must have heard of it. Angry God. Always be, you are the worst people, as if you are going to lose. And my punishment is, you cannot imagine. I will never forgive you in the hereafter. Of course, not here. When the description of the hereafter is obvious. So what do you think about plenty of news of punishment in the Quran? Why so much severe punishment mentioned in the Quran? Why do you think? Punishment, angry God. Why do you think? Is it really so? And what does it really mean? Join us. Join me. So help me understand this. Yes?
It's just to keep us on track, but not necessarily like it's not necessarily saying that like you're terrible if you do something that's like forbidden. It's just letting you know that when you do that, to be sure to like look at.
Right. Let me put the first question I skipped. That's not right. What I did was not right. When Quran talks about the punishment, does he talk about the punishment here or in the hereafter? Sorry,
Yeah.
hereafter. An idea, an option?
But there isn't this one as well. He punishes you by distancing himself from you.
Here. But for example, here you see lots of people, I don't think many people are concerned about God and the general attitude, yeah. So they say, okay, I'm happy now, I have my income and right, I'm fine. And maybe some of them says, I don't know about God. And very few of them may say, I don't believe in it. Yeah. So there is nothing. Here is the world we live and we die. That's what the Quran describes. Most people live in this way. Do they receive any punishment in this way? No.
Would the punishment be the proximity from God in this world?
But they don't even mind about God.
That would be the punishment.
No, that's what I'm asking. That's my question. They seem to be not having any punishment. No one is really feeling torture or something. No. But old people, some generations ago, those people who opposed the prophet, rejected their prophets, and tried to expel, even to the extent that they tried to kill the prophets. And God says, we destroyed all of them. I haven't seen them. Sorry. I haven't seen any of them. How can I believe that he destroyed? Now, why do you think this kind of descriptions are taking place in the Quran? So, uh, any more? Any more?
One perspective I've heard is to set it up so that God can then forgive you. So to create like this view of severe punishment and then to set up God's mercy and forgiveness as even greater.
Later, but do you think this news of punishment, including if it is included in this word, is just threatening and not really he meant it?
I think the punishment is, we expect something external as a punishment.
Mhm.
If you're burning or someone whips you, But I think the
in this world.
in this,
Yeah, destroyed your building.
yeah, your house burns.
Yeah.
Or you lose all your money or something. But I think the real punishment is internal. Is you have a very brutal, painful relationship with your existence.
With your existence. I love that one. Underline it. With your existence, you feel punishment.
Yes.
We have to think about it. This gentleman is saying something interesting. Finished? Yes. Oh, we have to see how it works. If it really works and how it works, is it really or not?
What if the extremity of the punishment is to highlight the importance that you should take with this current life?
Yes, but just to remind us that we should take him seriously.
Yeah, that we should take the life seriously, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you are driving, right, there's signs and there's lessons that we learn to be very careful with driving because potentially you could crash and die. Right? So it's kind of like the punishment is to, or the punishment of drunk driving or the punishment of any of that stuff. It's to show you that what you're doing is very serious. Right? So not being careful with your driving is incredibly serious. And if you do that, this is the punishment that might happen. Right? So is that kind of where it could go?
No. Two aspects. These are interesting points. Thank you for everyone. So two of them. The first warnings, but for a severe consequences. The second aspect, the preventive, if you like. Now, because the consequences really serious. Let's say there is a sign in your analogy, beautiful analogy. You are going and there's a sign. If you go faster than, let's say, 60 miles per hour, and your car will burn and it blow up and you will blow up in it again. So do you think this man who put the sign there is angry with you?
No.
No, yeah. But why do you think he put the sign there? Is a demonstration of his interest in your favor. Correct? Does it make sense? So once the police stopped me for some other reason, so I'm a crazy driver, so I don't drive. This gentleman knows. So I said, you drive. No, not me. Because I was eating at the same time my dinner. So car going like that, stopped me. And he questioned, and I said, thank you very much. You stopped me. I appreciate your work, I said. But you stopped me because I wasn't careful in my driving, but this was for my concern, not your concern. You are not interested in my life. You are interested in my life. I appreciated it. So he was so pleased that he said, oh, no one really thanked me in this way. So anyways, we have to look at the Quran from this perspective as well. But we don't expect physical, your point, physical punishment, because physical punishment is not within the interest of the Quran in this world. Why? Otherwise, can you imagine, God forbid, there is an earthquake in New York City, and all unbelievers' houses and buildings collapsed, the believers' buildings saved. What does it mean? So everybody, look, do you think it helps? No, it pushes people to be hypocrite. They don't want to submit their point existence, but they want to save their house. If in case earthquake happens, so my house will be safe. It opens up the way for hypocrisy. Now, this word is sincerely, because sincerely we do or not, but I skip it again, one point. Because we are given free will. We are free, aren't we? We can choose, you can come here, you may not come here. No? Yeah, you can sit this way or another way, or stand up. Now, free will is free. But it doesn't mean that you are creating it. That is another subject. But you are choosing by obeying the way the things are created, right? You are choosing only by obeying the way the things are created. When we obey them, God says, okay, you obeyed my way of creating, so I promise I will create the result for you. Human beings, we cannot create, but we obey. Whoever you are, whether believer or not, you obey the way the things are created. Sure. But somebody names it nature, somebody names it the creator of the universe is or has been creating the world in this world. That is his habitual way. I mean, this is called in the Quranic language, Sunnatullah. You might have heard of it. So when we obey the God's way of creating, the result is created by him in the next moment, because no one can create the next moment. Choosing, it is a side subject, but I keep repeating this. Choosing freely doesn't mean that you are creating the next moment, the result. But asking for it, because you can ask, everybody can ask himself. Can you, anyone, create your tomorrow? Guarantee? No. How about next hour? No. Obviously, next moment. But we are free to choose. What are we doing? What are we doing? That is an interesting subject. We have to pay attention that choosing never means creating. Because we are not choosing out of nothing. We are choosing by obeying what already is existed. That's side subject. But it is good to remember, keep in mind that we are practicing it. Okay, when we choose, God creates. That's the freedom. So while we are given the freedom, if you like, I mean, I don't know how to express it in English in the best way. We are absolutely free to choose from among already created things. So you obey that. What you learned from already created things, it means the way the creator creates it. So we learn it. You know, if I do this, the result, for example, if I press on this key, then the result will come in the screen. I'm not creating it. I'm just asking the program, as far as the analogy is concerned, of the computer. Pressing on it, it means show it to me. But I'm not creating it. Neither the key is creating it. Key is also employed to connect the, if you like, electric connection. How do you say it? System. System is already prepared. So who is in fact making the system appear on the as I want? The one who organized it. This is human made. The human beings cannot create, but the universe, use the analogy like the computer. So it is always newly created, because Every moment, everything is changing. Nothing is fixed. No static universe, dynamic. So God's way of creating is unimaginable. Every single being. It is amazing. I really, we cannot imagine, but amazing. Every single being is changed. Everything is changed, but perfect creation never loses its perfectness, perfection. How is it arranged? Only an absolute being can do it. Absolute being can do it. None of the things we can imagine within the universe may have any close capacity to do that at all. Impossible. So all-knowing, all-powerful, which is called, all-powerful, I think. The translation is all-knowing, for example, here. It, arranging the future of everything perfectly can do it. So in this free world, we have to be free within our own inner world, spiritual world, for our understanding, comprehension, appreciation, or being grateful, not grateful. So we are free, but physically we don't see any difference. Two people are walking in the street. Now, how the universe is created, both of us benefit from the sun at the same time in the same way. From the air, atmosphere, no, we don't see that believers are getting best oxygen and non-believers are getting intoxicated carbon dioxide. No, this doesn't happen. But everything is going on. I think the French said of spiritual need in this world. So transfer this physical, because spiritual feelings, emotions is not possible to describe it. Transferring this spiritual feeling and presenting to us, if somebody burns your body, how do you feel? Okay, come our friend's point. If you burn your existence by claiming that it is an accidental, meaningless existence, what happens? Can you imagine if somebody says you are stupid? How bad you feel? You are useless. Yeah, if you want somebody really to be completely disappointed, so for his day, I'm saying he's particularly, say you are useless. If you say it to a lady for a week, she cannot. So, am I useless? Impossible. Keeps repeating. Somebody told me this. Somebody told me this. How? Burning inside. Burning inside. But apparently, people are not, don't see that, don't seem that they are really feeling tortured within themselves. Why? Two reasons. Neglectfulness and denying from the beginning. There is no such thing. There is no such thing. Convincing yourself. For example, you are a student. Who's student? All right, you are a student. There is an exam tomorrow. You don't want to study. You are enjoying you can do that. I know, but the irresponsible people, and you are just lost yourself in video play or video games, international video games. Oh, this thing, and you don't want to say that. You pretend, you are inclined to say that as if there is no exam tomorrow. Only then you can bear your life. This is just an exam, simple exam. But how about the end fruit? result of your life. You are given this perfect life here, and this perfect life is so precious, so precious. If there is, one day I was sitting in the backyard, a bee came and bit my feet, my finger toe, and there was red, but it was hurting. Oh, as if the doomsday is declared. Who shouted what? Just because a bee has bitten me. Everything's okay? Thank you. So, uh, just can you imagine all your senses become useless when you really think that your existence, your life is meaningless, no purpose. You happen to be like this. Or some crazy people declare that we are evolved out of, however, even the worm, however it came into existence, how? Came, I don't know how. And then this is scientific explanation, by the way. So ridiculous. Scientific explanation, by definition, scientific explanation must be repeatable by others. They call it peer reviews. It means this is my formula, how I developed and demonstrated in my lab conditions that within these conditions, life appeared. And amoeba-like things appeared to be and started developing. Well, look, I'm demonstrating it. And if I said, give me the conditions, okay, I'll go to my lab and repeat it. That's repeatability of scientific research, evidence. If it is not repeatable by peer work, others as well, in the same formula, you use the formula, right? Who studies science? Maybe scientists are here. So when they claim that this works in this way, they have to present it, and I have to be repeated in my lab. That is scientific. Otherwise, what's that? False, baseless claim. No, this accidental happening, natural happening, evolving by itself, making progress in development from generation to generation throughout billions of years of. None of this claim, be careful, none of this claim never has been executed in lab conditions, never checked by anyone else. But the same people say that if a paper, scientific paper, to be published in a journal, which is scientific journals, if it is to be accepted by scientific research, it must be repeatable. Who says this? The same person says it. But when they claim, there is no research. It's impossible. But what is the new way? We are trying. We are trying. We have to be very careful, cheating language. We are trying. We are trying. Wait. We are trying. We will find. Still we will find. But impossible. Out of matter, your feelings will come out. Your life will come out, which is not matter. Can they deny life? No. Can they prove that life can come out of matter? No. What are they talking about? Anyways, this is what the word is. If someone doesn't believe in the absolute creator who is taking care of and creating the universe at the same time, always under his will of creation. If he doesn't will, no one, nothing of this universe can guarantee that next moment will exist. That is the grace of God manifesting himself. We have no excuse. I didn't know, we didn't know whether the universe was at the beginning created by God. No, at the beginning, well, there's no beginning and end as far as I am concerned. As far as I am concerned, when I realized that what is going on in this world, started questioning at the age of 16 or 17, and I realized that existence is out there. And I had to question, like everybody else. I had to question. So when I questioned it, I understood there must be a source of existence of this universe. If I don't accept it, there is one alternative. There are no two alternatives for truth and false at all. Either 2 + 2 makes 4, or all other alternatives are wrong. That's what the language of the Qur'an makes it clear. This is right, this is wrong. So extreme description of right and wrong in the Quran, or paradise and hell, again, extreme description. We have to be careful while we are reading the Quran, showing the direction, not exactly describing how we have to be. Impossible. Nobody can be 100% believer. Nobody can be 100% disbeliever. They must have something in it. The door must be open. Otherwise, human life finishes. Human will finishes. Then there must see, everybody must see the, how do you say, rays of truth, at least. But this rays of truth, if you open the door, you see the ultimate aim, going and attaching yourself to your creator. If you close it and don't use it, then your life becomes black. So the description shows the directions. If you go this way, start from possibility. There may be a creator. Look, the things are perfectly arranged. It cannot be accidentally happening. Now, going to this direction. We say, I'm not going to consider about it. No. First, what we said, deny it, as if there is no exam in your case, example case. The second is, yes, but I'm busy now. It means neglectfulness. These two agents, most of the people fall into neglect. Neglect. It means, yes, we are believers, but this is important for me. But the most important is to have meaning in your life. Otherwise, whatever you do turns into, falls into meaninglessness. We have to understand this. Either there is a creator or there is no creator. The other alternative, third alternative, anyone? Do you have any third alternative? Either we are consciously created by a conscious being, of course, or, I don't know, happen to be like this, with no creator. So there is no in-between, I mean, somewhere around in believing in God or not believing in God. It means denying. Denying very rarely happens among the people. They deny deliberately, but we see that they have some other concerns, not only believable, political concerns, economical concerns, and maybe competition. competing that the Muslims are Arabs. These people, backward people, we are developed people. They are making some excuse, but either denying or confirming. But how about the confirming belief? 100%? No, on the way. I am on the way. I am primary school student, learning and developing my belief. The other one is he or she is also on the other way. Primary school in denial. Slowly, and then I will forget about it. Very rare people straight away denies the creator. But most of the reason why we ourselves are not as serious as it should be, neglectfulness, familiarity. It is interesting. Familiarity is, I heard from somebody, a scholar, great scholar, be careful, he was addressing to his community. Be careful, my friends, your most serious enemy is familiarity. Familiarity. Why? I really loved it. Marvelous, really, because I believe in God. Don't I? Am I not Muslim? Come on, what do you mean? I am a Muslim. But this is what prayer. Okay, prayer. How do we pray like this? Allahu Akbar. Familiarity. Can you imagine with God consciousness? Absolutely, you are created by the one who created all universe, and before him, you put your head. Those people who are converted. I had quite a number of experience, alhamdulillah. So I encouraged them, first interested. Come and taste with us. Come, we are praying now in a Jama'ah congregation, they call it. So what am I going to do? Look, whatever the others are do, but it means this, a brief, extremely brief, simple, almost superficial description of what prayer means. When you put your head on the floor, what you are doing, declaring who you are in this world. In and of myself, I'm nothing. I'm totally 100% dependent on the creator of the universe, and my existence is a gift to me not from the mayor of New York City, not from the president of the United States, not from the owner of the world, no, universe, which even physically we cannot go to the end, reach at the end, either at macro level, neither in micro level. But it's macro, far away. Okay, here is the atom in your hand. Can you go into deep and this is the bottom of it? Impossible. This is the universe now. The owner of this universe has given me my life as a gift. How would you see? How would you look? How would you be proud of it? Before him, appreciating his gift to you, you are putting your head on the floor saying, I claim nothing before my creator. Everything is his gift to me. Okay. He says, let me try. Afterwards, we pray. Pray means just even it didn't take shahada in this stage, but somehow considering opening the window, so that the door will go out of denial. So after prayer, we go to my office. So how did you feel when you put your head on the floor? Somehow as if electric shock. I said, well, I'll use the religious language. MashaAllah, I never felt that. I never felt that. I never felt what an, even not a Muslim, but interested and concerned person felt. I said, I have been praying. I don't remember really when I started. So small child from family culture. Oh, familiarity. I think we have to stop, think, and give a break to familiarity from time to time at least. That's what the Ramadan is an opportunity, and the night of power is an opportunity. Some people make some sort of thing. For example, Shia brothers and sisters are doing something up there about their Muharram. Inshallah, they will remember how great the value of sajda rather than political matters. So, inshallah, let's hope. Do we understand the punishment now? That those people, if they don't believe, it means attribute, attach to their existence, their life, all the values of their life to the source of their creator. This is the source of the creation of these qualities, because we cannot imagine God. How can I imagine? He is the creator of the universe. How can I imagine it?
Yes, sorry to interrupt. Did anybody lose a cell phone? Does everyone have their cell phone? Everybody's good? Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go up there. Thank you.
Okay, so what were we saying?
Punishment and recognizing that the source of creation.
No, source of creator, yeah. So we cannot imagine the creator. How? I think this is an important subject. Everybody says, I don't know whether I believe or not. How, for example, Muslims believe in God. Who's God, man? Tell me. As if he's going to say that, no, it is something like telephone. I don't know, big mountain or something, or the solar system, or you cannot imagine it at all. But what you can do only, very simple, in fact, the source of existence of what I am experiencing in this world. Everything is realized, actualized, brought into existence by the one who must exist and not describable within the conditions of the universe. So, which is just describing God from opposite side, because I am a part of the universe. I am made by him. Can you imagine in anything, for example, a telephone, a piece of telephone will know who made it. But if it, let's assume that it's a conscious being, yes, I am made. I cannot exist here and be in contact, perfect connection with the rest of the parts of this telephone, which represents universe, perfect in connection. But we are made by whom? No, it is like screen, or it is like this button. No, impossible. That's why the imagination of the God himself, his essence, his being is, in Islam, they say it, this ulama say it, haram. I mean, it's impossible. That is called haram. Impossible. What we have to do then? The source of existence of this universe must definitely exist, and he must be beyond description. Therefore, he must exist, the one who created the universe. Look at the description. Who is God? No. Do you think that the universe needs to be created? The one who did it. This is the only way to describe it. And in Islamic tradition, this is called wajibul wujud, the necessarily existent one. Right? But we know that there's a problem about it. Some people don't appreciate it because it is used by the philosophers, Muslim philosophers. So we don't care. Right, wrong, wrong. So this is right. Not everything that Muslim philosophers claim to be true, but this one is absolutely true. The one must be, yeah, the one. For example, let me ask something. Who is carefully watching? This sister is carefully watching. Shall I ask you something? Do you believe that this building has an architecture? Yeah. So you enter the building, yes, and you are using it, yes. Has this architecture ever came to your mind until now? No. Do you, how do you know that architecture is a male, female, old man, young man, professional? You don't know anything. Have you seen him or her? There must be an architecture because, can anybody explain? Because
there's a building.
there is a building, yes, but yeah, there's a building, but carry on, because
There's a system to the building.
so
Building is
consciously
carefully
arranging, carefully, purposefully, knowingly who's going to use it and how the summer will happen, winter will happen, and people need sunlight, the windows need it, and the height of it. Now, somebody totally knows what is going on in this building, must know it, and this person must be conscious being, knowledgeable person, yeah, and also have power, must have power. Now continue. All these qualities must belong to someone who must exist. So who is the architecture? I don't care. I care only there must be an architect, and the very existence of the building is a witness to the real existence of the architect, correct? But the universe witnesses to its creator, as the building witnesses to its architecture, the way it exists. Did you get this point? The way the universe exists, the way the things within the universe exist, definitely witnesses, to its source of existence, the creator, right? So that is why in Islamic literature, the universe is the witness. And in the language of the Quran, ayah or ayat, plural form. Ayat means every single being is a sign, witness to its creator. Every single being is created perfectly, and is really witnessing through its real existence to the qualities of its maker. Everything is so perfectly arranged. Every single being, atom, molecule, particle, whatever you call it, even the cell. Look at the cell in order to be able to create, and with the functionings, the reactions are going on, and it's so perfect and so perfectly integrated with the whole existence says, I am a cell. You cannot really see it with your naked eye. Only you can see me through electronic microscopes. But I witnessed that if somebody cannot be able to create the universe, cannot create me. That is how the universe is wonderful. So all of them are witnessing. So we have no excuse at all. But our enemy is familiarity, negligence. I don't think any one of us here, inshallah, deliberately, I'm not going to believe, obstinate person. No, preconditioned mind. There are some people, but very, very few, very rare. They are really in the language of the Quran, it's kuffar. So continuously denying this means kuffar. So it's a hyperbole form of kafir. Whatever. Now, if I believe in God, this verse, let's read the verse from reverse. If I believe in God and be thankful to Him, there will be no punishment. Look, why should God punish you if you are grateful and believe in Him? Yeah. Why should I punish? It means if you are troubled from the threatening language, angry language of the Quran, saying description of hell is really looks exaggeration, but spiritually the spirit feels it inside burning. But what do they do? Suppress it, or deny it. There is no exam. So deny it. So forget about it. Otherwise, impossible to forget. Anyways, when you really deny this reality within yourself, what happens? You become a worthless being, but through negligence. You may not feel it, but it is always there burning. They say, I don't know the word for, let me describe it and somebody can help me with the language. You burn the coal, burn the coal. It becomes very red. Yeah. When you barbecue, you know that. Okay. And what you do now, you put some ash on it. What happens? As if there's nothing burning. Yeah, covered. But inside is when you just blow away the ash and all this, however it's called, red burning without flame core is already there. That is what appears, how it appears in this world. There is nothing. There is nothing. I am happy. Ha ha ha. Yeah. So, for example, the same person, if let's say it's more easy to describe. She bought a new fashionable blouse, and somebody looked at it. I didn't like it. That's it. That's it. Even didn't say anything, but didn't appreciate. Oh, I love your shirt or whatever. You didn't say it because it just didn't like it. How is my leave? If you didn't just ignore it. You see, that is one thing, one. Plus, how about your whole existence, whole feelings? So God says, if you believe and appreciate it, be thankful, Yes, I am thankful, but although I didn't appreciate enough, I didn't appreciate enough. Hakka şükür he. That's called in Arabic. So I didn't do it, but if I could, I would be able to do it, but I'm weak, I'm forgetful, I'm neglectful. All right, ask for forgiveness. This is understandable, acceptable. This is acceptable. So ask for forgiveness. But don't totally forget about it. Ask for forgiveness. Then God says, no punishment. Why should I? And we will study in other words what will happen if we don't deny. Now, denial has two aspects that we have to be very careful. Deliberate denial, and not believing and confirming. Now, I'm not denying anything. This most famous current of these days now is agnosticism. That say, I don't know. Do you believe that? I don't know. Do you deny that there is a God? No, why should I? And do you believe it? I'm not sure. No, this attitude, it means I don't know whether I'm worth anything at all or not, like this. So in between, these people are hesitant, but we have to understand that these people are waiting, if they have good intention, really sincere, waiting for enough evidence to confirm. So it is our duty to present them convincing, reasonable, convincing evidence to them by demonstrating the work of the Creator. Don't try to describe God like this. God is all powerful. God is all knowing. How do you know? What are you talking about? Now, let's go back to our friend's example. Do you believe that the chief architect or project manager of this architect of this building knows everything? No, but this is the project manager. So in general, I mean, it's human being. So he must know in general, but this human being, he must know all of them as much as the building demonstrates the quality of architect, right? So go back to the universe now. As much as the universe demonstrates the qualities of its existence, that is how we acknowledge it. So if somebody wants to introduce, we call it now as a religious act, tawheed. So people say, what are you talking about? So God's absoluteness. I wouldn't say oneness. What oneness means to me, nothing. Absoluteness, infiniteness. If I don't want to introduce him, never start from God is like this, God is like that, but look at the universe, how you understand perfectly, arranged each and every being in it. This perfection cannot come out of from blind, unconscious particle. It must be created by the one who knows all the universe, because there is no gap, there is no inconsistency, there is no discrepancy, defect in the creation of the universe, existence of the universe. There is no defect in the creation. So he must be the one who created, must be the one, must have an absolute power. Why? Not only once he created, like the architect of this building and went away, maybe died now. No, it's a new building. So maybe, may not be, but there are many houses here around. They are more than older than 100 years old, and their architects must have died now. But still, we believe this building must have an architect. Yeah, it means as long as universe exists and continuously renewed, then the creator of this universe must be an infinite one because he continuously renews it. There is nothing in the universe static. No, for 1 second, no. Can you stop your cells working perfectly harmoniously with each other? Perfectly. So speak about God through his work. Without referring to his work, never speak about God. And especially speaking to I mean, even you speak Muslims, but most of them, they don't know why they believe it. Anyways, they are just following cultures. So what we have to, you are conscious being, intelligent being, you have to know what you are doing. So always speak about God through his work. How? The one who did, the one who has this quality, the one who gave existence, the one who arranged, the one who sustains the universe in existence, the one who keeps its orderliness always. The one. That's how the Quran speaks about it. Allahu huwa Allahu ahad. Huwa. Who are you talking about? Who? It means he. He? Who's it? Allahu. What do you mean by Allah? Who's that guy? Ahad. The absolute one. The one who created the universe. The one who sustains the universe as summit. The one who sustains the universe with nothing helping at all. Singly. Under his control. Ahad. That is why Ahad. What does it mean in English? I don't know any word about it. Ahad. So God is not going to punish if we believe and thankful. If we don't, either deliberately or I don't care, all right. If you don't, all right. The result is as much as you deny, benefit is as much as you are consistent, conscious of him, consistent in your consciousness, and act in the world accordingly. Now, is it really God who punishes those who are not grateful and don't believe in him? The question is already answered. We are doing. We are created with such a potential, which is called spirit ruh, so that the ruh experiences it according to my choice. So simple. Bismillah ar-Rahman. Any more? 9 minutes, 8 minutes. Over our promise. Any comment, anything from anyone? Last thing that this must be talked about. Anyone hiding yourself behind the screen?
That I agree, because even with like science, no one can like explain something to the last drop.
Not
Like,
at all. No.
They'll say like, oh, like these two elements made something, but it's like, okay, so what made that element?
So have you studied science, or who studied? You did?
Yeah.
No. Do you notice that the scientists cannot talk the essence of anything? No. They talk about electric. They talk about energy. What is it? No one knows. No. So, because, I see my friend here. Hey, all right. How about her brain and memory? But do I deny? No. She remembered and came today. It exists, but I cannot describe the essence of it. So let alone I cannot explain or express the essence of anything in this world, let alone the creator of this world, source of existence of this world. Impossible and is not expected. No, don't talk about God. Talk about the signs of God in his work. This is a critical, very interesting method. So Muslim community, when you go and listen to khutbah, they speak to already believing Muslims sitting there ready to receive everything taught. So whether it makes sense or not, if it doesn't make, they exchange messages. Anyways, it is possible like this, pretending to be listening to them. but this section is not for this kind. No, it is. You must be alarmed. إن شاء الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, I'll see you next week to study another interesting verse. Bismillah.